They're 4 metrics that we're going to measure, which are going to give us a health check on our project. Project manager should be able to go to this and look at it. This is the thinking behind the way that I built this, is 1% of a 24-hour day is 14.4 minutes. So if we eliminate all of the waste, you'll need to come back to this screen back here. We eliminate all of the waste, the 90% of waste that is in his day or is in the process of trying to mitigate the 12 causes of project failure and drive the 9 rules of project flow. We get rid of a lot of that. He should be able to, in 14.4 minutes a day, he can go to, back to here, look at his Trello board, look at his TAC plan, review the metrics for full kit, engagement, handoffs and constraints, and have an exceptional idea exactly where his project fits and where it's tracking on those things within 15 minutes, 1% of the day, of a 24-hour day. 14.4 minutes, he should be across everything. That is quarter time herder sounding. It is, come on, why is that not working? March 31st. First 90 days of 2026, camera just does not want to talk to that today, are gone already. We're into Q2 tomorrow. You're missing it every day. It's happening on your project right now and you walk straight past it. I can't believe that that will not do that. Not because you don't care, not because your team isn't capable, because no one's shown you what to actually look for. You rely on reports, you rely on updates. How's that gone for you so far? Oh, I know what's going on here. You're relying on someone telling you when something is wrong. By then, it's already cost you probably way more than you'd like to admit. Any of us would like to admit. I'm just going to update this. Should have fixed that earlier. I know what we did wrong, Boney. Where's that story gone? The signal was there. It's on the ground. It's right in front of you when you walk out onto the job every single day. It's in the work. It's right in front of you. You just didn't see it. Back on the job that I was working on back in, what's it now, 2026, 2 years ago. I used to walk the paddock. I'll play the story in the outro 10 to a dozen times a day. As it says in the video, when I did this, I took the piss. What's he looking at? Hasn't he seen the side of a cooling tower before? What's he think's going to happen by walking around the job? Exactly what I knew was going to happen. I saw the signals. Why has it stopped? Where is the struggle? Where are the constraints? If you just focused on these 4 key things, your project will be so much better. See the signal. Learn to see what waste and flow. Where are the constraints? Where are people struggling to get the work done? Where is our non-value added activity through the roof? How good are our handoffs? Are we starting and finishing things when we say we're going to hand them off to the next trade? Do we got 100 things open and 10 of them finished? Because we're never ever completing. Measure the handoffs. That's the signals. How's the engagement? When people hit an issue, do they stop and they fix it? They just try and get around it as best that they can. Do they create lessons learned? Share them with the rest of the team. Photos, videos, however it may be. Are they spreading the change across the project? If you only measured one metric out of these in 4, it should be engagement. That's a signal, not noise. Are they verifying full kit before they even start? Do we make sure that we've got the permits, the bolts, the people, the equipment, everything that we need to start a job and finish it before we start it? Or do we just go, here's a couple of drawings, there's a few bits of pipe, there's a couple of pipe stands, take that over there and set up and off you go. We'll figure the rest out on the fly. You know what happens when you start doing that? How many jobs used to really pave me off as a pipe fitter when you come to put either a valve or a flow meter or something like that in and they didn't have it. And you'd be putting bits of booker rod to bridge the gap because someone never planned properly. Someone never did full kit. You'd be doing the job 2 and 3 times. And then they'd be asking why it's taking so long. Want to see the real signals? Don't worry about the reports. Don't worry about your email inbox. Get out to the work, where the work's done. That's where the real signals are. That's where the real struggle is happening. That's where you can make a real difference. Going to run an ORCA in a minute. I was asked a question inside construction school today. If you're running 2 meetings, morning and afternoon, how would you do them? I said 1, I'd still keep as the debrief. The other thing that we need on the afterburner advantage is the flex system, but I wouldn't introduce that much complexity straight up. What I'd do with my morning meeting was I'd probably do first 3 steps of flex. It's the objective, because we're doing that in ORCA anyway. So we get really, really clear in the brief in the morning, what's the mission today? What is the objective for today's shift? What's the threats? What could stop us getting to that objective today? And what resources do we need? Have we got them all? Do we have the right people? Do we have the right equipment? Do we have the permits? Do we have the permissions to be able to do what we say we're going to do today? But more on that, jump inside construction school. $1 million question for today. How many people on your job actually know what to look for? The real signals, not the noise. These people run around, throwing their opinions around. How many people know how to go and identify and see waste, non-value added activity? How many people need to know how to identify how you create flow? How their job affects everyone else behind them? That's the $1 million question. How many people actually know what to look for? All right, let's, with our new mate Claude, do today's ORCA. This will be an interesting one because I didn't get done what I said I was going to get done. Welcome back to another ORCA Live, March 31, 2026. We'll improve this as we go, but it's pretty damn good out of the box. 1% of your day. The audience is watching the process in real time. Let's go. Step 1 is the objective. We're locking in exactly what we set out to do today. Benny, what was the objective for today? The objective for today, based on yesterday, was to complete the TACT plan. Has trouble with TACT. Good, complete Blackstown. Was there a time attached to that or just by the end of the day? I said I was going to book a meeting in by 9 o'clock to run it this morning, and I'll give you a heads up, I didn't get it done. No, let's find out why. Did the 9 a.m. No, the 9 a.m. meeting didn't happen. Because I messed the time up, I double booked it, and we had another training session booked at the same time, which we had to do, and we couldn't move. The 9 got knocked out by a double booking. When did you realise there's clash? About 15 minutes before I realised that we had the 8 o'clock training, which was going to overlap. Tax session is rebooked for 9:30 tomorrow morning. I did some work on it by myself, but the other guy that I was supposed to be working with, no, the session didn't happen with him. Got it. So the objective was to complete it together. That didn't happen. What was the role? Where does the TAC plan sit right now, percentage-wise? We have about, let's say, 10% left to complete the plan. No proof not to complete that gap where debrief. So you moved from 6% yesterday to 10% remaining today. You made progress, not just to completion. Where is the most debriefs? Never go. We're going to ask why to find out the real reason. So double book because I'm working off of someone else's laptop, which isn't mine and doesn't have my login. Therefore, it's not synced to my calendar. So the real issue was that it didn't show on my calendar. Otherwise, I would have, when I went to book the session, I wouldn't have been able to book it because that training session would have been sitting in my calendar. It's a convoluted way of saying that. Let's see how well he works that all out. That's your root cause. Working off an unsynced device. The calendar clash wasn't visible when the action was set. That sits in tools. You didn't have the right tool accessible to execute the plan. One action. Who does what by when to make sure this doesn't happen again tomorrow? I have already booked the 9:30 session and double checked all my calendars to make sure that there's no clash so that we get to it tomorrow. I did. I double checked it against my personal calendars. Benny verified that the 9:30 tax session against his personal calendar, no clash session is locked. That's the action already executed. Clean debrief 2 days in a row, same objective, and both times the ORCA surfaced something real. Yesterday it was estimation, today it was tools. What's worth calling out? You didn't hide the miss, you came on, said it, didn't get it done, and found the actual reason. That's the whole point of this process. See you at 9:30 tomorrow, or actually be about 5:30 tomorrow, but that's all good. All right. That's a damn good prompt. If you want to get hold of it, get across and hit Christian Bukostas up, Boo, or ask me and I'll punch a link to his profile. Just write Boo in the comments and I'll hook you up. I'll tag him so he comes across and tell him what you're looking for. How many people on your job know what to look for? Go for a walk tomorrow out in the paddock where the work's done. See what signals you can identify. Speak soon. There's a term in Australia called take the piss, right? Which is making fun of someone doing something. That used to happen all the time with me. What's he walking around the paddock for? What's he looking for? What's he doing?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand flow.
And you were boots on the ground, and you're walking the field, and you're talking to the project delivery team. By the way, I've changed that for everything. I always say project delivery team now. Yeah. What is the first sign that the team's not ready to start and that this is heading in the wrong direction?
I'm always looking for flow. Now, these guys, back on this project, they used to think I was mad. I'd walk the paddock. I did this for months on end too, right? This is you got to keep repeating things and you got to keep doing things until people internalize them and they accept them themselves. I used to walk the job 10 to a dozen times a day.
Okay.
The main thing I was looking for is where's it stopped? Where the crane's not moving, where's there groups of people stood up waiting for materials? Because when I knew where it was stopped, then I knew where the problems were. I could go and speak to them and say, hey guys, you don't go and accuse people, right? How's it going? What's happening? Go and talk to the people in the paddock doing the work. They'll tell you what the problem is. We all like to sit in the office and in meetings and stuff like that because it's air conditioned or, we're out of the elements. Get out there at the work front where they're actually doing the work and ask them what's going on. They'll tell you. They love to tell you what's not working. And that was all I did, man. But I did it for months.
You did it, which allowed you to just get rid of your opinions and just like analyze what was going on.
You don't want to start 2026 like this. I'm starting a new pilot program called 2026 Pre-Season Training. It's for leaders who want to get their team match fit before the whistle blows and the 2026 season kicks off. So if you're running a good company or a team and you want to hit 2026 in a sprint, this is your window right now to set it up. We'll custom build your 12-month plan and drop it into a Trello board so that you actually track it and use it. We'll resource it properly so the work actually gets done and set you up a school community so that you're ready to get rhythm from day one. We'll be setting it all up using Goldrat's project rules of flow to mitigate the 12 causes of project failure, because that's exactly what this is and how you need to treat it as a project. And you'll also be learning to leverage AI where it counts to get the most impact. This isn't some paint by numbers cookie cutter course. It's pre-season training custom built for your business. There's only 10 spots and we'll have it wrapped up so that you're ready to run before we hit Christmas. DM me the words 2026 pre-season training and I'll send you all the details, because you really don't want to start 2026 like this.